With only one game back from the first seed in the West, the LA Clippers continue to win game after game and are currently 8-2 in their last 10 games. But a lot of people talk about how terrifying the Clippers are, but the real question is, how do they pull this off night after night? And how is this possible with so many superstars on your team? In my last Clippers video, I talked about unselfishness being the main theme around this roster, and that's exactly what I've been seeing. And just recently they got matched up against the Miami Heat in probably one of the most difficult games of the season so far. So strap in guys, because in today's video we'll be doing a film breakdown on the 4 standout players on the Clippers and how they positively affected the trajectory against a very good Miami Heat squad. If you're new, what are you doing? Make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 13,000 subscribers. But enough of me talking, let's talk about the first standout player that really affected this game, and this was James Harden. It's almost as if James Harden is coming back into his Houston Rockets era, but it's a little bit different this season because he's prioritizing his playmaking rather than forcing a bucket, and he does his playmaking in a very unique way that helps this Clippers roster specifically. And let me show you what I mean. Over here, as Terry Rozier is bringing the ball up, Harden anticipates the pass and swoops in there to get the steal. So I don't want people saying Harden doesn't play defense, but the thing you have to focus on here is Harden immediately pushing the ball forward for Westbrook. Knowing this Clippers roster has a lot of high flyers like Paul George and Kawhi, it's very important you have a playmaker that continues to push the pace. And I know this is just a minuscule example, but I'm going to show you guys some more. But pushing the ball forward like this really allows you to compete with the younger squads in the NBA. Look at the Pacers. The way they bring the ball up with speed alongside their youth is really unstoppable, and I think Harden helps match that so you can beat teams like the Pacers. Let's look at another example. Over here, Highsmith is going up for a floater and he absolutely clanks it, so in the corner of his eye, Harden sees that Kawhi is already running down, so Harden instantly grabs a rebound and throws it down in transition for a Kawhi dunk. But when Kawhi Leonard, Paul George aren't on the floor, this is where Harden shines, but not on the offensive end. It's the playmaking side once again. Over here, Harden grabs the ball on the right wing and instantly gets doubled because there's no Kawhi or Paul George. But what's crazy is that you have a player in the left corner in Powell that gets the easy 3-pointer. Harden's vision is unmatched, and we can talk about his playmaking for hours, but it's just something very cool how he likes to keep this roster playing fast paced and more youthful. But let me tell you, on the scoring side of things, Harden still has one thing in the tank, and this is the ability to be absolutely clutch. On this play, the score is 71-72, and there's only about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So what does Harden do? Hits his defender with a jab step and goes to his patent step back and nails an and-one 3-pointer, putting the Clippers forward by 2 points. Yeah, that's Harden for you. And no matter how old he's gonna get, he's gonna always have that. But now we move on to the second standout player, and we're going to talk about something controversial, which isn't really controversial for me, but some viewers told me that Kawhi Leonard is not an unselfish player. Are you kidding me? Just because I got that comment, I'm going to break down all 4 of his assists that he had against the Miami Heat and really show you that he is a selfless player. On this play, Kawhi Leonard gets the ball in the left wing, penetrates and splits 2 defenders, and purposely attacks Kevin Love so he can attract him, and then selflessly dump the ball to Ivica Zubac for a wide open dunk. Then instantly after that, Kawhi Leonard is waiting in the left corner with Terance Mann, and as he's leaving the corner, he knows that Terance is going to be wide open, so when he gets the ball, he throws a sexy behind the back pass in the corner for a wide open 3. Excuse my French, but you guys see what I'm trying to talk about. He isn't an unselfish player. He makes the right play over and over again. And even over here, as he's being hedged by 2 defenders, he just steps through and gives it to Zubac as he sees that Jimmy Butler is a mismatch in that paint. So Zubac just goes up for an easy layup. And finally, on this play, Paul George is being doubled, so he instantly kicks the ball in the corner for Kawhi, and once Kawhi gets it, Bam Adebayo has to help, thus causing Kawhi to dump it off for Mason Plumlee, and another wide open layup. Kawhi's playmaking is severely unnoticed here, and he's really picked it up a notch this season, and he's never really been that player to get triple doubles, but he's finally got a couple this season. Now we move on to the third standout player on the Clippers, and this is Norman Powell. A very good player coming off the bench and going into the paint and penetrating and dunking the ball in the net. That's one thing he can do very well, but that isn't his greatest strength. His greatest strength is that corner 3 ball, and he knocked down 2 of them. He wasn't that efficient against the Miami Heat, but from the corner he has been absolutely lights out recently. And believe it or not, I know this stat sounds crazy, but Norman Powell shoots 69.6% from the right corner 3. So if I'm any NBA team, you would not let this guy get a wide open 3. And the fourth and final reason why the Clippers have been playing so good really brings me down to 2 players, Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has been going absolutely crazy. Although he didn't have the best showing against the Miami Heat, against the Detroit Pistons, he dropped 23 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, bringing him onto 25,000 points, and that is a milestone that James Harden and Westbrook both have. And what Westbrook provides you is the player that comes off the bench and gets the second unit going with his playmaking. It's very hard to find people that are purposely going to come off the starting lineup to make things right and for things to work out, and that's exactly what happened. Then on the Paul George side of things, some nights he doesn't really shoot well, and a good example of this was against the Miami Heat. But I love the way that he continues to get everybody else involved on the playmaking side of things as well, because when your shot's not dropping, you have to impact the game somehow. And against the Heat, he had 1 steal and 1 block, which is very important once again. When you're trying to bring the ball down in transition, you want to play fast in today's NBA. And what makes the Clippers even scarier is that Paul George didn't even shoot that well. He shot 3 for 13 on a 23% field goal, and you still had the Clippers going out there and beating a pretty stacked Miami Heat team who are still trying to figure things out right now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make every shot that I shoot, pretty much. I think every player does, but I'm not out there playing for the numbers. I'm out there still playing the same game, make or miss.
Fans cheering from you, the opposing team fans cheering from you.
I mean, it's a blessing. You know, it's I've been a part of the boos and the cheer. So
if you guys enjoyed today's video and want to see more film breakdowns like this, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes and hit that subscribe button because we are almost at 15,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much.